Thank you. Mr. LoGerfo, I want to ask you some questions about the Muslim Brotherhood. The President recently issued an executive order establishing that, quote, it is the policy of the United States to cooperate with its regional partners to eliminate the capabilities and operations of Muslim Brotherhood chapters designated as foreign terrorist organizations because their, quote, activities threaten the security of American civilians in the Levant and other parts of the Middle East, as well as the safety and stability of our regional partners. As you know, the President's executive order is part of a broader bottoms-up strategy to designate Muslim Brotherhood chapters and then evaluate designating the global Muslim Brotherhood. I've been pushing such designations my entire Senate career, and I strongly support President Trump's efforts here. If confirmed, you would be responsible for helping to implement, enforce, and expand his directives on the Brotherhood. Let's begin very basically. Describe your understanding of the role that the Muslim Brotherhood plays in promoting violent jihad.
Senator Cruz, thank you for that question. And I think we have a historic opportunity to work with you, with your team. If confirmed, I will certainly do that to address the Muslim Brotherhood. I think we're 100% on the same page to get at your question about the Muslim Brotherhood. What we've seen over the years, of course, over decades, and as Secretary Rubio said, we have concerns with the Muslim Brotherhood. We have concerns with their support following especially the October 7th attack, concerns with activity in Lebanon, in Egypt, in Jordan, and that's the basis for the executive order. Now, working with you, I would characterize this as that group as the first step. We will look and continue to look in the Bureau of Counterterrorism. This is our statutory mandate to look for the capacity and capability of making additional designations in accordance with the law. I've read your bill, and I look forward to working with you on advancing our efforts against the Muslim Brotherhood.
Good. Do you believe the Muslim Brotherhood poses a threat to the national security of the United States?
Yes.
Now let's pivot away from the President's executive order to what's happening here in Congress. As I said earlier, and as you observed, I've been pushing to designate the Muslim Brotherhood for more than a decade now. I've introduced legislation to do so in all but one Congress since I was elected. This Congress, I introduced a version of my bill, the Muslim Brotherhood Terrorist Designation Act, that uses the same bottoms-up approach that is in President Trump's executive order. It has bipartisan support in both chambers. Last week, frustratingly, the House version of my bill was advanced, but terminally weakened by the House Foreign Affairs Committee. They took out the designation part of the Muslim Brotherhood Terrorist Designation Act. The Senate should do better, and we should move the full bill on our side. Some public reports and statements have claimed that House members, including House Republicans, did not believe that Congress should have a role in crafting sanctions which are to be implemented by the executive. I find that argument to be specious, and I know the vast majority of this committee does as well. Mr. LoGerfo, I and my colleagues have implicit and explicit expectations that executive officials will work with and, when appropriate, even defer to this committee on issues of foreign policy, including sanctions and including the designation of terrorist groups. What is your view of the role that Congress plays on these issues, including on initiatives like mine to designate the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist group?
Senator Cruz, thank you for your question. I fully respect Congress's Article I authority in making laws, including with respect to foreign terror organization designations or other types of designations. Whatever legislation is passed, I will faithfully execute if I'm confirmed.
Thank you. All right, final question. One element of this debate that continues to surprise me, and I don't think the American people, even many people here in Congress, I don't think they appreciate the degree to which our allies support acknowledging and designating the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization. As you know, Jordan, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain, Kenya, They have all already designated the Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization. These are our allies and partners in the Middle East and Africa, and there's a pernicious narrative that doing the same thing they've done, designating the Muslim Brotherhood, will somehow alienate these partners. Describe how you would work with our allies to counter the Brotherhood's malign activities.
Senator Cruz, thank you for that question. I can say that in a previous capacity in the Bureau of Counterterrorism, I led our efforts to designate the IRGC, get designations of other countries to designate the IRGC, as well as Hezbollah and Hamas, particularly in the Western Hemisphere. That approach, it's pretty intense diplomacy. It requires a lot of legwork. I've talked with our chiefs of mission in the Western Hemisphere across to Australia with respect to that. You saw the news there about 4 or 5 months ago, what Australia did with respect to the IRGC. I would template that, really, and get at the Muslim Brotherhood using that diplomatic approach that is working, and there's more work to be done, let me be clear, with the IRGC and Hezbollah and Hamas.
Yep.
But I would template that in our efforts with the Muslim Brotherhood.
Terrific. Very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Cruz.